So, Lance Armstrong, I don't know if you saw early this morning on the CBS morning show, Oprah Winfrey was on talking about her interview that's going to air on Thursday.
Yeah.
And CBS has confirmed that Lance Armstrong does confess to having lied for, I don't know, 15 years or so, and in fact, confesses to doping. What level of detail he goes into is not really clear. Oprah really wouldn't go into a lot of the details of it on CBS this morning. But we actually have a clip from some of what Oprah said. Let's watch.
I would say he did not come clean in the manner that I expected. It was surprising to me. I would say that for myself, my team, all of us in the room, we were mesmerized and riveted by some of his answers.
This is probably the biggest interview of her career.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a huge deal.
Yeah, it's incredibly, because if you read the hundreds of pages of report from the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency that was released, I mean, there was no doubt that he had doped. And not only that, that he basically bullied and destroyed the lives and careers of multiple people who had testified against him and who told the truth over the years. I mean, this is a guy who, I mean, I've interviewed people who, said that they saw him dope and testified to it years ago. They said that, people associated with him threatened them, destroyed their careers. So this is a guy who has gone out of his way to not just deny this, but to try to attack anybody who told the truth along the way. So it's going to be fascinating to see what he actually says.
I do think it's also kind of interesting that now he's coming clean. Oprah says he didn't even come completely clean. What does that even mean?
She says in the manner that she expected. So whether that means whether maybe he was more defensive than she thought or less defensive than she thought, she really wouldn't go into it. She didn't want to characterize his confession in any way. The other question is what happens to him now. In the Times today, there was an article saying that he may actually testify against a number of other people in the, not other riders, because most of the other riders have already confessed, frankly.
Yes, exactly.
But may testify against people in the upper echelons of, like, sort of the cycling world, cycling federations.
I mean, I just wonder if this begs the question if we're looking at an industry that is just, drug-riddled, and that if we want, superhuman cyclers, this is what's going to happen. They're actually all on some sort of drug.
The thing you would say, well, why they can just give, they can just say, well, the runner-up in the Tour de France gets the medal. But I think the other runner-up has already been convicted of doping. So, you got to go several people deep. So it's like the guy who came in like 400th, who's now like 200 pounds overweight is like, oh yeah, it turns out I won the Tour de France over there.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to level the playing field, if everybody's taking drugs, then who's good? And maybe it's either that, look, either these are the drugs you take if you want to do these kind of superhuman feats, or just nobody does drugs, and let's see who's a good cycler.
Well, how about that? That would be nice. Just people cycling,